pick and roll partner and not do too much. And
well, that's not on him. I mean, sitting in the corner is not going to do much. But yeah, I think.
Yeah, it's weird for me too. Obviously, with all the talent in the starting five of the Lakers, you would think otherwise.
Welcome back to NBA Cinema, y'all, and we absolutely have to talk about this. LeBron James and Rich Paul are at it again. Now, you know I ride for LeBron when it's warranted, but I also call him out when it's needed. And this right here is pure nonsense. Going back before the season even started, Rich Paul comes out with all this chatter about LeBron needing to be on a contender. The team doesn't have enough, yada yada. That's why people said the sciatica story was sketchy. They thought he was just holding out to see how the squad would perform. And well, they did all right. Now the story going around is that LeBron returned because he didn't want them doing too well without him in those first 20-something games. That's the narrative. But hey, LeBron, who really knows? He could have been hurt, but I'm just laying out the story people are talking about. Anyway, Rich Paul and Max Kellerman dropped a show, and I said, oh no, here we go, more narratives. Anytime Rich Paul is involved, you know narratives follow. So now, one of his points is that the Lakers don't have enough firepower to win. Another part, Austin Reaves should be benched. A young guy, trying to reach his peak, trying to max out his contract, aiming for first, second, or third team recognition to secure the bag, should go to the bench. And why? To start LeBron, who's at the tail end of his career? I mean, he's already starting, yes, but the lineup should revolve around him while the young guy sits? Makes zero sense. Look, man, let's break this down.
Pick and roll partner and not do too much. And
well, that's not on him. I mean, sitting in the corner is not going to do much. But yeah, I think, in order, like, I personally don't think the Lakers are good enough to be contenders right now. Not right now.
When you say contenders, what do you mean?
I don't think they have enough to get to the Western Conference final. I don't think they have enough to get to really contend from that perspective.
So
right
OKC
now.
is in a class by themselves.
Very much so.
The Lakers don't fit in with the rest of the pack. They got the second best record in the conference.
Yeah, but we've seen that before. That doesn't mean anything. I think when you look, we've seen it, right? We've seen when you have the talent up top that they have, those guys can win games.
LeBron right? And Luka.
But also Austin's played
Austin
very well
Reaves,
this year. He's taken a step. But then things start to really, when you come to back half of the season, where guys are really, now they have their conditioning,
they're scouting you different, they're preparing for you more. Yeah,
it's one thing. Then when you go into the playoffs, we've seen last year, they ran into athleticism and length. They struggled.
I think they fit in with it. Look, ideally, Austin Reaves, and who knows what happens by the playoffs, is Ginobili, right? In an ideal world,
on a championship team,
he's the killer sixth man, right?
Yeah. But
that's not this.
But he's paid as a starter.
He's paid. I get it. Yeah. So it makes it harder.
Yeah.
Right.
No, what I'm saying is, Ginobili was paid as a starter.
Sure, but in this day and age, if you're paid the way he's about to get paid, it's harder to make you a sixth man.
Going back to the championship organization versus an organization with championships, the Spurs.
On the Spurs, he'd be the sixth man, right?
Right.
Especially back in the day.
The Spurs made that decision, and you know what Ginobili did? He embraced it.
All right, before we even get into what Boogie Cousins and Brown had to say, let's ask the real question. Why can't LeBron hit the bench? I mean, seriously, why shouldn't he embrace that role at this stage of his career? Think about it. A young player isn't just going to willingly slide to the bench. They've still got contracts to maximize. They've still got personal milestones to chase. LeBron, he's done it all. So telling Austin Reaves or Luka to sit while LeBron runs the show? Nah, that doesn't make sense. For players in their 20s, even entertaining that idea, not smart.
Yeah, it's weird for me too. Obviously, with all the talent in the starting five of the Lakers, you would think otherwise. But it's weird to hear Rich Paul say that with his biggest client being LeBron James. So to me, it's more to it. This could be strategy down the line. I'm not sure what the strategy is for, but I'm just kind of being optimistic about his words, but it's weird. But I do think there are better teams in the West, so it is some truth to it. So that obviously makes sense, but I don't understand why you would say that with being.
I never seen something like this. If I was Austin Reaves' agent, I might think about suing Rich Paul for I don't know if there's something they could do. I've never seen an agent, an active agent with the top player that's the face of the league, and you're literally saying that Austin Reaves need to come off the bench. That's crazy. I do like the idea of Marcus Smart starting because they need to have pressure at the point of attack. I don't like the way they just went about this. This was corny. LeBron, you look already shooting a three-pointer. Everybody want to change the narrative for LeBron because they don't want to say that this guy is narcissistic as shit.
Now, some of the folks who defend LeBron no matter what might say his words are being twisted. We all know Rich Paul has that low-key passive-aggressive energy, right? Remember the whole phone call situation during the NBA draft with Bronny? Don't take them, we won't play. Don't take them, don't take them. The Lakers end up taking him anyway, and the whole draft felt staged. First part, second part, 2 days of public spectacle. Then, rolling into this season, he's like, obviously he wants to be on a contending team. LeBron wants a shot at a title. Now he's saying this current squad isn't enough to contend. So if the Lakers go deep in the playoffs, it's seen as a win because, according to the narrative, LeBron never had enough. And that's exactly my issue with this camp. It's always they don't have enough, whether it's AD, Luka, whoever. He's in his late 30s, pushing 40, but the story repeats. He never has enough. LeBron even spun this on a podcast about his first year with the Heat. They didn't have enough, he said, despite having Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. I just can't with how often that narrative follows him. The years he came up short, it's always not enough. The years he carried teams somehow are still not enough. That's not really how it went in real time. Look at Jordan. He lost early too. People compare them, but me, I don't make excuses for Jordan's losses. He didn't win every early season, but when he had the team, the full roster, the seasons built right, he got to the mountaintop every time, except that one March comeback, losing to Orlando. Okay, fine, it happened. Context matters, not excuses. That's the thing. Considering what he said before the season, I want to play for a contender, then turning around saying they're not contenders? What are we even talking about? Is he angling for a trade? Nobody's renting LeBron for half a season, you feel me? It's just a weird vibe, and I get why people raise eyebrows. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.